Welcome to the Healing Room. I'm Dr. Evelyn Hart. Welcome, Sarah. I'm glad you're here today. How are you arriving?
Heavy, honest. I kept almost canceling because I was afraid I'd say something that made me sound ungrateful or cruel.
Thank you for choosing honesty over fear. What feels most present?
Quiet. I married David 12 years ago, not out of love, but out of safety, stability. The man I loved left. I felt hollow and terrified of being alone. He was kind, steady, wanted a family. I told myself love would grow. And sometimes it did. There were good years, good days. But it never felt like the deep, certain kind. And the way he treats me now, critical, distant, practical, but not tender, makes the hollow louder. I feel like I built a house with good walls and no fire inside.
The house kept out the wind, but you're cold.
Exactly. And I hate myself for it. He's a decent man, smart, responsible. He loves me in his way, but I don't feel chosen, seen. He avoids intimacy, real talk. He can be controlling. Money, decisions, we don't need that. Why would you buy that? It's like I'm always asking for too much just to feel normal.
If your needs were punished or minimized, your heart learned to go quiet to stay safe. What does your quiet sound like?
I swallow, I tell myself, don't start a fight. And then something small happens. He critiques how I folded towels or says I'm too sensitive. And I explode. I accuse, I cry, I say, you never really wanted me. Then I feel ashamed. He shuts down. We live like roommates for a few days. Repeat.
A loop. Deprivation, eruption, shame, distance.
Yes. And underneath is this old ghost, the first love. I hate even calling him that. It's been so long, but sometimes I still compare. I tell myself, if you had waited, if you had been stronger, maybe you'd have the love you wanted. And then I feel disloyal to David, guilty for a story that doesn't exist anymore.
Two griefs. The grief of a love that left and the grief of a love that never fully arrived.
Yes.
I want you to know, acknowledging those griefs isn't an indictment of David. It's telling the truth about your heart. Truth doesn't break good marriages. Silence does.
I'm so tired of being split inside, loyal and resentful, grateful and starving.
Let's give names to the parts. One part is the protector, the one who chose stability so you wouldn't shatter. Another is the romantic, the one who wants to be wanted. And a third is the judge, the voice that says, "You're ungrateful. Be quiet." If those three sat at a table, what would each say?
The protector says, I kept you from being alone. You're welcome. The romantic says, I still need warmth. I need to be held and chosen. The judge, shame on you. Look at all you have. Stop complaining.
If the protector is honored and the romantic is heard, the judge can rest. Shame grows where needs are mocked. When needs are respected, shame fades.
I don't know how to respect my need for love without making David wrong.
Respecting your need doesn't accuse him, it reveals you. This is who I am. This is how love lands in my body. Then you invite him. Would you meet me here? Love is a request, not a verdict.
A request, not a verdict. I can try.
Before we talk about David, let's tend the old ghost so it stops stealing oxygen. The one who left. What was his name?
I don't want to say it. That probably means I should.
Only if it feels safe.
Michael.
When Michael left, what story did your mind make?
You were almost worthy, but not enough. And real love is a ship that sails without you.
Let's update the story to match the facts. The fact is, Michael left. Period. That fact doesn't define your worth. It describes his choice. What truth could face that fact and still protect your heart?
I was lovable then, and I am now. Some people leave even when love is present. I'm not a consolation prize.
That last line? Say it again.
I'm not a consolation prize.
Good. The ghost weakens every time you speak that truth. Now, your marriage. If you could ask David for 3 specific changes, not to turn him into Michael, but to become himself more openly, what would you ask?
First, tenderness. Small, daily. A hug that lingers, a hand on my back while we cook. Second, conversation. 15 minutes a night, no screens, not logistics, feelings. Third, autonomy. Let me buy a dress without defending the receipt. Let me have a hobby without a debate. Trust me.
Beautifully clear. Tenderness, conversation, trust.
It sounds so simple. It feels impossible.
It's possible when the request is framed as need, not proof. Saying, "Do this to prove you love me," triggers defense. Saying, "This is how love becomes real in my body," invites partnership.
Mm-hmm. And what about my part? I can feel my own hardness sometimes. The way I look at him like he already failed.
That hardness is armor. You built it so disappointment would hurt less. But armor blocks tenderness in both directions. Would you be willing to try a week of soft eyes? 1 minute a day where you intentionally look at him as if you're seeing him for the first time. Curious, not condemning.
I can try. It feels vulnerable.
Vulnerability is the price of admission to intimacy. You don't have to pay it all at once.
Payment plan.
Exactly. Now, I want to name a pattern in what you described. David's criticism, your eruption, the silent days. We'll build new rails for that train. 3 steps. Name it early. I'm starting to tighten. Ask for a pause. Could we take 3 breaths? And return with I language. I feel small when towels become a test. I need warmth before feedback.
I feel small when towels become a test. I need warmth before feedback. That might change everything.
Warmth softens the nervous system, then feedback can be digested. Without warmth, it lands as rejection.
I usually try to win, to prove I'm right.
Winning a fight often means losing the person. Try protect, don't prosecute. Protect the connection, don't prosecute the past.
I don't want to lose him. I just don't want to lose myself.
That's the work. Building a marriage where neither of you has to disappear. A practice I like for that is 2 truths and 1 ask. You say, truth 1, I feel distance. Truth 2, I want us. Ask, will you hold my hand while we talk for 15 minutes? It's simple, disarming, specific.
I can do that.
Now, about money and autonomy. Control is often anxiety in a costume. If David grew up with scarcity or instability, restriction can feel like safety. You can respect the anxiety and still claim your adult space. A script. I hear that spending makes you tense. Autonomy helps me feel alive. Can we create a monthly personal budget, no questions asked, so both safety and aliveness have room?
That's fair. It's not you're controlling, it's let's design safety.
Exactly. Structures that honor both of you. Next, affection. Some people avoid tenderness not because they don't care, but because tenderness makes them feel exposed, especially if they fear rejection. You can lower the bar by naming the kind of closeness you want before you begin. I want a quiet hug for a minute, or let's sit hip to hip and talk, no problem solving.
He likes instructions. Maybe I do too.
Most couples do. Clarity is kindness. Finally, the past. We'll honor it without serving it dinner every night. I'll offer a ritual. The bridge letter, not sent, read aloud once, then sealed. One page to Michael. This is what we had. This is what I miss. This is what I release. One page to David. This is what we are. This is what I need. This is how I will show up. Would you try that?
I'm scared to read the first one.
Fear means it matters. You can read it here with me first if you want.
Okay.
Before we draft, let's check your body. Where do you carry the old ache?
My sternum, like a stone.
Place your palm there. Say, I see the stone. I won't throw it at myself anymore.
I see the stone. I won't throw it at myself anymore.
Good. Ready to speak a few lines to Michael? Out loud, here?
Shakily. Michael, we were young and bright and not ready. You leaving taught me that love can be real and still not choose me. I released the version of me that believed your leaving meant I was less. I bless what was. I bless what won't be. I take my heart back with both hands, crying softly.
Beautiful. Now a few lines to David?
David, I have loved you in a muted way, and I am sorry. I want to love you with my whole voice. I need tenderness, conversation, and trust to feel safe enough to be brave. I will bring soft eyes, clear asks, and gratitude. Will you meet me?
That's a bridge worth walking. How does your chest feel now?
Lighter. The stone isn't gone, but it's not lodged. More like I can set it down.
That's healing, less lodged. A few more practices for the week. The 5-breath reset whenever criticism appears, his or yours. 1-line gratitude every night, via text or whisper. I'm thankful for today. Specific and small. 15-minute feelings twice a week. No logistics, just I felt.
Okay. And when I feel the old comparison,
Name it. This is a memory, not a map. Then do one present action with David. A touch, a glance, a sentence. Memory shrinks when presence grows.
I can do presence.
Good. There's one more truth I want to place gently. You didn't ruin your marriage by marrying for safety. You kept yourself alive. Now you're ready to add warmth. There is no shame in evolving your why.
Thank you. I've carried so much shame.
Shame is heavy and sterile. It never grows anything. Responsibility is lighter and fertile. It grows trust. You're choosing responsibility.
I want to go home today and start small. Ask for a hug, schedule our 15-minute talks, propose the budget, and write those letters.
That's a strong plan. Before we close, place your hand on your heart again.
One sentence. Your new story.
I'm a woman who chose safety to survive, and now I'm choosing tenderness to live. I will love my husband with my whole voice and love myself without shame.
That sentence fits you.
It feels like mine.
Good. When the old ghost knocks, let the sentence answer the door.
I will.
Is there anything you need from me before we end?
Maybe say something I can hold when I forget.
Of course. 2 lines. Protect the connection. Don't prosecute the past. And warmth before feedback.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Hart.
You're welcome, Sarah. Go build your fire.
Sometimes we don't marry for the brightest spark. We marry for shelter. And sometimes years later, the storm passes and we realize the shelter is still standing, but the air is cold. The question of a lifetime is not, was I wrong then, but what do I choose now? Sarah taught us that grief can sit beside gratitude and that both can be true. The love that left and the love that stayed. Forgiveness of the past is not betrayal of the present. It is an opening so warmth can enter. If you're listening and feel split between duty and desire, remember this: your needs are not accusations, they are invitations. Speak them as requests, not verdicts. Practice soft eyes. Offer warmth before feedback. Protect the connection, don't prosecute the past. And let trust grow the way gardens do, through small daily tending, not grand speeches. You are not late to your life. You are right on time for the chapter where you learn to be tender with yourself and brave with the person beside you. Even houses built for safety can hold a beautiful fire if both hands, yours and theirs, learn how to tend it. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.